My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 24th, 2024. It is 2:36 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1, I was going through Twitter and then I was seeing a lot of tweets regarding Harry and Meghan. I decided to record while I was going through those tweets. So that will be on PYTE. So I was just looking at some of the comments under my short video and I was responding to them. I told you I love to read comments. I know many of them are Derangers, so we shall see if they keep that. All right, so let's look at the background. Okay, 4,225 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue to $218.23. And this is the last video that I put, is a short video. So it has 2,800 views. Analytics. Okay, so it's that short video that made the views went up. Okay, the 6,793 views in the last 48 hours, and this is my subscription. So now I'm gonna follow my list because I had it before, but when I started going through Twitter to add more to it, I removed these because I cover it on that other video. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tweets to go over. So let's go on Twitter. This I cover it as well. Okay, so this is from Spare. Okay, so there's this here with that Simon case. Is it the next one? No. Okay, let's go over it. The Fly has spent much of his career adjacent to and indeed drawn to shit. Okay, so that's Harry and Spare making reference to Boyo Rat. But let's listen.
The Fly had spent much of his career adjacent to and indeed drawn to shit. The offal of government and media, the wormy entrails. He loved it, grew fat on it, rubbed his hands in glee over it, though he pretended otherwise. The Fly had spent much...
Oh my God, Harry's funny. No wonder why Meghan is always laughing. Okay, so this is him talking here. I think there's something going on in the UK. I haven't following it too much. Where was it about money spent on? Okay, I haven't followed it, so let me not even mention. Okay, so let's look at this here. I never heard Simon Case speaks before. I had no real opinion on him. After watching this very short video, I strongly dislike this oleaginous twerp. Okay, so there's that here. Let's listen.
He was always really thinking, particularly focusing about children and education, the sort of the damage, as he saw it, that was being done to society through those big decisions on the lockdowns. I don't think I understood at the time, in a way that I do now, quite how personally difficult that was for him, as well as the style, because his clarity of thought, and I mean, Boris Johnson's sort of strengths, well, he's one of, great communicator. He's one of those people who can stand at a podium and make people that he's never met, doesn't have a lot of common, he doesn't have a huge amount of common with, make them think that he's articulating their hopes and their dreams and their fears. He's a great communicator. That clarity, that ideology and that communication, when it came, I know this is off topic, sorry my lady, but on things like the vaccine rollout, which I know you'll come on to, his ability to sort of see with absolute clarity what needed to be done, how we communicated it, was in stark contrast to, I think, the difficulty that he found during the summer and the autumn. And totally off topic, but on subjects like Ukraine, the way that he could see with absolute clarity on a values base what was the right thing to do to support Ukrainians against Putin and galvanize.
But wasn't what is it? Johnson had met privately with one of those oligarchs without any of UK people or whatever. They usually have. What is it? Trump did it too. Was it Russia? Wherever he went and spoke with Putin privately without a translator. So there's Boris Johnson left his whoever who was to be the third witness or the third person in the room. He went without it and to talk. I mean, there was something really drastic going on. But I know he's not done yet. He's almost done, by the way. I could see where he's coming from. That doesn't mean I agree with him. Okay? It's almost the same thing that I see when he wrote the exiting for Harry. Now, many of you could come after me. We need to differentiate layers of things. So he's saying how Boris is a great communicator of BSing. So this is the psychology of things. How he is able to make people believe in him when he knows he's not going to deliver a damn thing. So that's what he's making reference to. I don't know how he feels personally deep inside about Boris Johnson. But from what I'm seeing here, he is explaining how, let's say, a dumbass is making smart people, let's say someone who's a PhD or rocket scientist, to believe in his freaking BS. This is what I get from him. Does that make sense? But that doesn't mean I believe. Well, then he said he's a great communicator and all of that. But the great communicator of making people believe in his BS. So that's the sense that I'm getting from it. This is too long, but I don't want to play it again. Let's finish it. Let me put it right in the middle.
Later, that clarity, that ideology and that communication, when it came, I know this is off topic, sorry, my lady, but on things like the vaccine rollout, which I know you'll come on to, his ability to sort of see with absolute clarity what needed to be done, how we communicated it, was in stark contrast to, I think, the difficulty that he found during the
Okay, so how he's able to do that, the clarity of whatever, was it to benefit the people or to benefit him? Him meaning Boris Johnson. Okay? So I know there was a lot of mishandling of things. People were dying and, certain groups could do certain things and with no punishment and all of that. But I don't know. Let me just finish that.
Summer and the autumn. And totally off topic, but on subjects like Ukraine, the way that he could see with absolute clarity on a values base what was the right thing to do to support Ukrainians against Putin and galvanize sort of global action is a good example of, that he could do things with absolute clarity.
And the perspective of Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson was looking after himself, or he was doing a job for someone, but not for the people of the UK. So he had his vision of what he wanted to do. So he was gonna do it. Okay? Good, bad, or anything in between. So I think I understand him, but not in the same sense where, I don't know. It's hard for me to explain because in this manner, because Boris Johnson wasn't a good prime minister, in my sense, in my view, similar to Trump, how he handled things. But when someone wants to do evil, they laser focus on their evilness, so they know how to get to their objective. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what he's talking about. But it was evil thing here. But I don't think himself, how will I say that? This is why I sort of understood him, and some of the squad don't really like him. But in the perspective of him, let's say they give him a job to do, he remove other things and then just focus on the job. I'm dipping myself deeper because I can't really explain how and why I understand his perception here. But let me just leave it alone, I guess. But Boris Johnson was an evil person who has an objective of evilness. So he was very clear of his objective and how he was going to get to do his evilness. That's what it was. And then these people have people of other places and bases to help them carry out their stupidness as well. So in this aspect, I think I understand him. But some people will say, I don't think he is actually... Okay, like I said, let's leave that alone. Let me read some of the comment. This Simon case, once again, Prince Harry was right. Spare was clarification, not revelation. Quote, the Fly spent much of his career adjacent to and indeed drawn to shit the offal of the government and media and wormy entrails. He loved it, grew fat on it, rubbed his hand and glare over it. All I'm thinking, he's doing that all over the shit. So, okay, maybe this might be a little bit more clearer. If Simon Case, for instance, had good intention of doing things right, okay, maybe perhaps because he knows the law, he knows how to maneuver around the law. So if he had good intention of doing good for the people, so he would have aligned himself with good people. But I guess this is the answer the squad are trying to I guess I'm understanding of the perspective of the squad. Because when I was looking at it, I was looking at it in the term of a job that he's doing and he removes certain things. But if this person is evil, all the people he aligned himself with or he's doing work for are evil. So which means he probably is in that same category as well. Okay, so that's that. Okay, don't we all? Okay, the Fly. No wonder we end up fiasco like the post office scandal when we have civil servant like him advising ministers. Yeah, so that's that. He knows the law very well and he knows how to circumnavigate around the law. He goes to a point very close, okay, but not close enough to disobey the law. This kind of thing. Totally same. So let me go to the next one. Was there something behind it, underneath it? Alright, I just listened to the clip where the Simon Case speaking. He sounds like how the royal speaks. Prince Harry described him perfectly. The shit will of course include said little man. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Oh my goodness, I spent too much time on that one. How much minute did I spend on it? Yep, 12 minutes. Alright, so let me pause that GIF. Pause. I shared that on my community, but it was a screenshot of this. The difference is Meghan walked away from that family. Okay, so she retweeted that. Oh, what is that? This is extra. I'll come back to that. Okay, so let's see here. When Derangers defeat themselves on their own BS about Princess Meghan, admit that the royal family, including Kate Middleton, are a bunch of grifters. That's the laugh here. Okay, let me read this. And when she entered, she had already accomplished a lot. Also, she had her own money. That's for sure. Alright, so let's go into that. Pause it. I do not want you to get out of it. Let's go into that. Okay, a family of grifters. Meg married into as an almost 40-year-old. Stopped treating her as a young dummy and take it for what it is. She married into what you call grifters, then became one herself. Nah. As a matter of fact, we learned that the institution was even paying her. Okay, the institution was taking money from the taxpayers and keep it to themselves, but they weren't giving anything to her. This is what she wanted. She's no 19-year-old Diana. Okay, so there's that. The way Meg's friend ignored that, she too is an elite snob who grift off others. That's not true. While marrying into such a family, you all say should be abolished, yet at the same time, use her title and the type of mental gymnastic you need to be her friend. You're just playing elite Olympics. Nah. As a matter of fact, she's in the US. She left you guys. She already categorized the royal family as grifters within her statement already, but I'm just explaining Meghan's side. Okay, so with her comment, the royal family are grifters, but Meghan, I'm just taking out the part of Meghan and explain that part of the Sussexes. Before they left, if you watch the docu-series, Harry had already proposed to leave to give back the titles, but they refused. Even many of the Derangers went out of their way, gets petition to get the title back. What did the parliament did? They rejected it. So what can she do? She need to move on with her life, and it's not for her to say, it's for Harry to say. This is Harry's title because she married Harry, so she is the better half of Harry and has the same title as her, as Harry, as her husband. So it's not her fault, okay? So take this to the manager and ask them to remove the title because she will continue live her life and make her own money and things like that. Because right now she's making her own money. So I don't. This is the Deranger fall flat. Yeah, they. Oh my God, there's the fit thing. The squad always find the perfect thing. Okay, I don't care about the title. Honestly, I use them just to rile up the Derangers, and it works. Same. Okay, that GIFO that's me responded at the end got me LOL. Still kept her toes pointed. Right. Let's look at it again. The plop, the ping. Oh my God, they rate yourself on every time they make a post. Okay, very much so, 100%. Okay, I said I was gonna go back to this. I read that comment already. So what is this about? Let me pause this. If you eat crab stick, you should watch this video. Okay, what is that? Crab sticks don't actually have crab in them. What?
Our crab sticks made. After watching this video, you might never want to eat it again. First, workers throw frozen fish paste, resembling cement, into a blender. Then, a large amount of ice is added. Under the action of the blender, the melted ice mixes with the fish paste, forming a thick, fragrant mixture that doesn't look appetizing. Next, sugar, salt, and other seasonings are added and mixed. After the blending is complete, the crucial shaping stage begins. With the help of a machine, the thick mixture is squeezed into thin, evenly sized sheets. Meanwhile, workers mix edible dye with the mixture to create a red-colored material similar to crab legs. This colored mixture is then applied to one end of the thin sheets. As the sheets move along a conveyor belt, they pass through a pulling machine, creating a texture resembling chicken meat. The sheets are then rolled into round sticks, forming the basis of the crab sticks. The freshly rolled sticks are fed into a machine, where they are wrapped in a thin film and finally cut into evenly sized small sticks. Thus, crab sticks without any real crab meat are produced. Please forward this to your friends who love crab sticks.
Well, I'm not really into all of these things anyway, so okay, so that was extra. Next tweet. This is a video. Let's pause. Okay, it's only 34 seconds. Context. Harry and Meghan are always warmly received. Manly's dismissive tone comes from the fact the voter wasn't on the ground to sabotage the narrative. The surprise Nash is talking about is the realization that Harry and Meghan smear has a limited reach. Why aren't they focusing on the relevant royals? So who's that? Alright, let's see here.
To Harry and Meghan's tour of Nigeria, which seemed from the outside quite successful. They took a journalist with them who worked for People magazine, and they were responsible for sort of sending out information from the tour. I mean, do you think that was a successful mission that they did out in Nigeria? How did it look to you and your readers?
It looked to me like they had a great reception on the ground. I've spoken to a few people who were on the trip who were genuinely taken aback by how warmly they were received.
To Harry and Meghan's.
Yeah, because if the royal rats were over there, any little thing that they see, they will switch it up onto something negative to fit the institution narrative. So Harry left them out. What is it? he took BBC with them. Alright, so BBC was able to report it. I don't know what they say. I think there was one video. It was, I believe, BBC has a Nigerian base over there, so they took that, and I think I share it with you. The person who was on the camera was a young black lady, and her producers were two white individuals. The reason I know, because at the end she thanked them for helping her to produce those things that she aired. So I was aware of that. Okay, it's in one of my videos, probably on PYTE. Right, let's see here. Right, why would people on the trip be surprised by the warm reception? Everywhere they go, they get a great reception. They keep reaching for anything to disparage the Nigerian trip. Face it, Harry and Meghan out the royals without trying. They are giving us all they have about the relevant royals are doing, which is absolutely nothing. Okay, they are shocked that their hate campaign is not where they thought it would be at this point. They thought it made it past the bubble. Yeah, the bubble, the island. That's what she's making reference to. The media in the UK, they thought it was gonna penetrate other places. You see, for instance, they try in the US, and there's the part where the governor of California came out and spoke. I was gonna say something, but never mind. Okay, so that hate campaign stays only in the UK. Okay, they were hoping something horrible will happen, and they could either make a mockery of Harry and Meghan and the fact that they are, quote, hated and are not safe everywhere, especially in third world country, but Nigeria knock it out of the park and show the world their hospitality and rich culture. Okay, the way these people are expecting, hoping, and praying that this couple fails is diabolical. I'm telling you, you can practically feel their despondence at the fact that Harry and Meghan's trip was a success, and they can credibly push the anti-Sussex narrative. They want Harry and Meghan to fail so badly. Look at, can you imagine the amount of nonsense that they're throwing at them? Look at this. During the Nigeria trip, because I block all the Derangers, I don't even follow any of the royal vats anyway, so it didn't bother me at all. But apparently during that trip in Nigeria, there was some stuff going on about air peace or something. I did a video about it. Once I found out, it was one tweet that I put on my list, and I found it by accident from one of the squad, and I started reading it, and I was like, that look important. So I put it on the list. I didn't finish read the entire thing. It was a statement that was put out by Air Peace. Okay, because there was some sort of violation that they gave them or something like that. And then I think I have it on here. And then Air Peace put a statement out about it. And then it's true that while I was recording, okay, making the video, and I was reading the statement, and I was like, what? I need to know more about it. What's going on? Because I literally blacked everyone out. I was only focusing on the squad. So I did another video to do my own research, and while I was doing it, and I share it with you. And then in the comment on that video, comment section on my video, after I uploaded to YouTube, people watch it, and people were telling me, oh, this have been resolved, because the US, what happened is that the US had, how do you call this? I guess the owner of the Air Peace had some issues with the in Georgia, to be exact, and he cleared his name. Let's just say he cleared his name, and then now that have already passed, the UK brought that up again, and I think I said it on the PYTE video. As I'm recording right now, it's not public, okay, but the research part is already out on this channel. So when I was doing the PYTE version, when I was reading the statement of the Air Peace regarding what the tabloid in the UK was talking about, and I remember saying it's almost like the African parks, because African parks have had some issues in the past, and then UK tabloid brought it up, and now I believe they're in the middle of doing the investigation, or I haven't really followed it yet to see what come about it, because in one of the statement that I read when I made a video regarding African parks is that they said there have been past experiences. They want to make sure the tabloid are not bringing up things that they already been resolved. so they're looking more into it, so they don't, spend time and resources on things that they already resolved. So it's almost the same thing. So the airpiece thing is something that had already happened, and then they brought it up. And then in one of the videos, I believe I have it on this channel, on the list to share with you on this video, is that there was someone who was talking about how this type of it's not fine. It's like something that when there is an inspection and they realize then something is not right about the inspection and they want you to fix it, very minor, routinely kind of thing, and they want to make sure you follow the protocol. The guy was saying this type of things happen all the time. They don't know why they made it public anyway. But hopefully when we get to that video, we'll talk about it. You'll hear for yourself. Let me read what's there and then move on. Taking aback at how warmly they were received. That's why you got to stand aback, not in the real press corps, looking over the fence for crumbs shared by the invited guests from their cell phones footage. Total disrespect. These people are loathsome. Why would she be taken aback by how warmly they were received? They were invited and did not force themselves on Nigeria. That's for sure. What the F did they expect? She seems to be in pain. She seems to be in pain. Why does Miss Hello, the kindness, look so shocked? Or is it Botox on her face, acting like Harry and Meghan or escaped convicts? Okay, taking aback, LOL clown. Harry got a warm reception and cheering crowd at St. Paul's Invictus 10th anniversary. Okay, so that's that. There's more comment. Oh, not too much. Let me read these. Okay, why are you not asking where is your princess? Worry about her, not Harry and Meghan. That's an ad. Okay, they were genuinely taken aback by how warmly Harry and Meghan were received in Nigeria. Why? Because they've been swamping in your negative false reporting on the couple that they were irrelevant, failing, unliked by the entire globe. Yet this person got the first hand see truth because they believe their own crap. Yeah, that is true. Okay, if they took their head out of their collective rear ends, they will see that their animosity toward the Sussexes is not widespread. Exactly, there's the thumbs up. LOL, they're still having a hard time accepting that Harry and Meghan are loved globally. Nigeria pull out all the stuff. Yeah, Nigeria did a wonderful job. This is what happens when you all can spell own fault is your own fault, because nobody care about jealous people. Yeah. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. So this is about the York sisters. What did I say here? What was this tweet about? Okay, so that's that here. Okay, so I know why. I was like, why will I put, because the last time I was talking about them, they were at William's garden party, and I was like, why will I put that back again? But I know why. Okay, hasn't Eugene always been close to Harry? I recall when they were kids skiing, when forced to huddle together for the tabloid to take their pics. At one point, Eugenie was struggling, and Harry, concerned, repeatedly asked her if she was okay. I think Harry's bond with Eugenie bothers KP. Alright, so let's see here. This is Mirror, the idiots, the tabloid. Prince Andrew's daughter, Princess Beatrice, and Princess Eugenie have long been close to their cousin, Prince Harry. The brother's jealous about everything. What the hell? I guess because remember when she came the first time, she probably came many times, but when it was made public was one of the Super Bowl, not the recent one, probably 2 years ago. And then they took pictures of them watching the Super Bowl. Okay, so that probably hit some nerve with William. And then you've seen in the docuseries, going to the beach, they're riding their bike freely. They don't have that restriction that they have in the UK. So they were enjoying life. That's what it is. They were enjoying life without any restriction. Okay? Just go on Netflix and watch the docuseries. Alright? So that triggers William, I think. If he mind his own business, none of this will bother him at all. Look at this, as I was just saying about the airpiece thing during the Nigeria trip. I didn't know it was going on because I blocked them. So if he does that, block these people, don't watch Harry and Meghan stuff, and, focus on your work. None of the thing Harry and Meghan are doing will bother you. Alright, Palace faces serious worry. Beatrice and Eugenie have gone to the dark side. What? Have gone to the dark side with Harry and Meghan. Wow, if you call that dark side, what do you call William's part then? Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped down from their royal duties in 2020, but it seems that they are getting closer to the royal cousin, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, for years on. This is ridiculous. Full-blown, childish, ridiculous. They are still Harry's cousin. This is the thing here. William does not know, or I don't know, maybe whoever's writing this piece thing here, if it's talking on behalf of William, allegedly, I don't know. This is the thing Harry have always understood, and then the people in the palace refuse to separate the piece. Private and public. What Harry did, stepping down as working royal, was the public part. For the institution. He was not going to work for the institution anymore because they refuse to let him be when he's doing things privately. The private part here is where he interact with his family privately. With Eugenie, even with William, but William don't get that. William don't get that. Okay? He's mixing everything together, and then because I believe he saw Eugenie with Harry, so that hit a nerve because Harry stepped down. Well, let's just say William pushed Harry out of working royal. So therefore, everything else, none of the family members should be talking to Harry. Isolate Harry, all of that. This is what this is all about. That's all it is. He wanted none of the family members to talk to him, just isolate him, make him feel like an outsider or something like that. But Eugenie, who understands the assignment, and thank God she's not up front, at that level, high up there. So Harry stepped down whenever she can. She go and hang out. Look at all the images we saw when they on the docuseries. They went what's that place during Halloween, do Halloween thing, having fun and all of that. But anyway, and I think that was before they got married, I think. All right, so there's this here. 25 people like it, 3 retweet. When I see so many people like my thing, it's very surprising to me because a lot of people don't think the way that I do. But there's this here. Egg willing to take the entire ship down with him. It's a quote, "If I'm going down, you're coming with me," end quote. The York sisters probably know that Harry will understand the position that they are in because they are women and not been in situation like this. And seeing Harry's treatment by Egg, they have no choice, okay, to participate with his BS. Okay? So in other words, they want the sisters, every family members, to just stick by him. Meanwhile, he's doing stupid thing. It's just childish thing. You high up there. You have the, Duchy of Cornwall to take care of. All of this. Focus on that. These are childish little things. Who's friend with my brother? Who's this? Who's cheering? This is freaking ridiculous. This is the BS the tabloid put in his head and Charles' head as well. And then you have the horse next to Harry's father to continue putting nonsense in his head, to refuse let him see reality. And I think at the beginning, and I think Harry said it too, at the beginning, they welcome him very well. But then again, that's the pattern of them. They did the same thing to Princess Diana. So forget what I was gonna say, because they did welcome Princess Diana, and then as soon as she married, and then it's a different story. So it's the same thing as well. But the thing is that intellectually, I truly feel Charles connected with Meghan on an intellectual level, because there were things I believe they were discussing, and I think Charles, I don't know what they were discussing, but that's my feeling toward that. Okay, there was some stuff I believe they were discussing between Charles and Meghan that was good, and Charles was probably surprised that Meghan had a say on this, had a very intellectual, intelligent perspective of whatever it is that they were talking about. And then probably the cow, or the, should I say, the horse, felt threatened by that, and then start her scheme to put nonsense in Charles' head. And then you got all of this, and then put things on William's head and whatever. Oh Lord. But anyway, what did that say here? They are sickening. It makes sense that it makes sense why Eugenie posted this on Instagram. I don't follow her, but what is her Instagram? Let me see something. So I had to type it, Google it, because I don't follow her. Princess Eugenie Instagram. So there's that here. Let's see if it'll take me to her. What did she say here? Oh, so that's that here. Let's see. Okay. Come rain or shine, I was delighted to support my family yesterday to meet some special individuals at the Buckingham Palace Garden Party who have gone above and beyond to support their local communities and the country. There's that here. She has the father's teeth, but the other sister is completely the father. So what is this here? Okay, let me take some time. Let me pause for a second and look at her thing. Oh, she speaks. What is she saying?
We're going to the National Gallery and just sitting and drawing. And now when I go around a gallery, I see all the young people doing that, and I'm like,
oh shit.
I wish I could find my drawings from those moments where I was a student right in the front, studying and looking and learning all about history and art. I've chosen Correggio, Madonna in the Basket, and it's from 1524. I see a lot of similarities with this and my life. I've just had a second child and my little baby's 10 months. Correggio is painting a very domestic scene. This is a normal domestic family. And who knows the journey it's been on and how it got to us, but it's here and we are able to admire it.
Very interesting. I love art.
I am Eugenie and I work at Hauser and Wirth, a contemporary gallery in London.
I mean, can you imagine if the other Kate was not such a whatever she is? She could have teamed up with her. I understood her perspective on art. I love art. Wow. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with Eugenie. And literally just now. Oh, where was that? What is that? I'm learning because I see the American flag here. Was it an embassy in the UK? Let's see. The Anti-Slavery Collection. Thursday was a evening of fashion with British Fashion Council, Caroline Vosch. There's this. Discussing fashion commitment to sustainability. Gabrielle Hurst. Okay, so this is something I need to follow her because there's a lot of thoughtful things. I don't follow a lot of people, but listening to her video regarding the art here, it caught my attention. I'm gonna follow her. I don't follow a lot of people. Oh, she posts about her kid too. So what is that here? Is that her son? Yeah. Happy third. Oh shit, the son is already 3. Third birthday to our dearest Eugene, forever a force of nature and forever giggling with you. What's the name? Augie? Not Augie. Well, how do you pronounce his name? Okay, wow. Very interesting. But anyway, that's side note. Let's go back to Twitter. Alright, so yeah, just childish thing. My goodness. Wow. Yeah, they don't have the freedom from him and have to be more careful. Yeah, they just don't show pictures of him with Harry, that's all. But they could still do their thing privately. Listen, you're Zen. They may be closer to the heavy visit to Cali Beach Super Bowl game. That's the thing here. But as royal, she is a satellite around the main stars, Charles then William, and must differ accordingly, lest they incur unpleasantness from the stars. They may be family, but politics dictate. True, but yet, this is what I thought as well with the Super Bowl thing. When she came to the US and sit with her. But then, even if it's politics and all, this is for... I understand this guy. I understand this comment 100%. But the thing is that they refuse, the institution refused to separate the private and public for Harry. How many nonsense William has done privately we haven't heard about? Okay, that guy is dead. And then William had a bruise. Nobody knew where he got the bruise from. So this is the thing Harry is trying to say. Privately and public, two different things. What Eugenie does privately with Harry, it's none of our business. You get to see them outside doing their thing. That's you happen to see it, good for you. But my goodness, The choice of word Eugenie used and her garden party IG post was interesting. Come rain or shine, I was delighted to support my family. I'm not going to speculate, but I'm sure they knew how certain folks will interpret that. Also, I find myself side-eyeing Eugenie these days. Nah, again, I go back to my comment here. Alright, what did I say here? The York sisters probably know that Harry will understand the position that they are in. The way the William is, pretty much, because they are women. That's one point, and not been in a situation like this, okay, where they have to choose a side and to fight and all of that. They never been in that position. And seeing Harry's treatment by Egg, okay, look how William is treating Harry. Can they handle that? I don't think so. Okay, they have no choice. Okay, that's all. Okay, I don't think you could, but I guess, okay, if you take it in that aspect, maybe yes. Because if William forces them to do something to Harry or get insiders information, or else they're going to be threatening them, you never know. So, in this aspect, I'll say yes, you could side-eyeing her and be careful with her. And I did say the very first time I saw her and at the Super Bowl sitting with Harry at the stand, I did say it. But in that aspect is because William will most likely put pressure on her to do something wrong, and then go back to my comment again, because she never been in that position. She's a woman. She pretty much been sheltered throughout her life. She doesn't know how to deal with the nonsense that Harry's going through. The man-made nonsense by his own family. She won't be able to go over. Look at her father. Well, the father put himself in the position that he's in with pedophilia and all of that. But her, I separate those two. Okay, whatever happened to her father, it's not her fault, and we should not carry it on. It's just an example how certain situation she will not be able to handle it. Okay, I don't even think she has the money to fight these people. William has endless amount of money coming in. He got the Duchy of Cornwall and taxpayers' money and all of that. So the money never stopped for William, but her is limited. Alright, so you can understand why she has to be in line with that. That's the way that I see it. Okay, I side-eye the Yorks, but they are not independently wealthy. That's the thing here. Have to tread carefully, but you're right. I don't trust them either. Only because William will most likely force them to go do something against Harry. At the same time, now that it is being made in public, I call it out the minute I saw her on the stand 2 years ago. Okay, I call it out. Just go back to that video. I said something, but I didn't go in full detail. But only William most likely forces them to go berserk on Harry. Okay? And then now that it is public and William is making it clear, this is where Harry has to be careful now. Okay? Until the institution ends, they no longer have that position anymore. The UK doesn't have the monarchy. Then maybe could let his guard down. But then again, William never stopped. That's a whole bunch of things, the way that I see it. Okay, I think a lot of their kissing, the ring, has to do with ensuring their parents are okay. Okay, I think so too. Why I didn't think about I didn't think of it that way. Maybe look at the mother divorced the dad a very long time. And this is why I said I could, not too long ago, I was talking about the mother. When she was in the US, she went to 92nd Y, and then she made certain appearances on TV. They were asking her about Harry and Meghan. She took the right center. She didn't bash Harry. She didn't bash the institution. Nothing. Okay, she went right in the center. So I could understand that. You don't want to upset them. It's a lot. Unnecessary things that the firm is doing, but you could understand the people who are in it, who's not the main character. You could understand why they move certain way. Not in terms of working, their position, in terms of things that they do and say. Alright, yeah, I can totally see that, and for that reason, I can be mad at them. There's the thing here. She does quite understand. I can be mad at them. I will keep them at arm's length for that reason, but it achieves what Toby wants, which is to isolate Harry as much as possible. That's it. That's it. Alright, I totally agree with you all. It feels previously close to blackmail. What a position to be in, what an awful way to live. Yeah, that's exactly that. It's just that from this point on, she cannot be seen public with Harry. She could still visit Harry, do all the things, but don't be seen publicly with Harry. That's all. That's all. Alright, I think she... Okay, anyway, I don't think Eugenie is now on Harry's side. Nah, it's not about that. She's keeping it private. Doesn't she live in Portugal or something? Unless if they try... Let me not give idea. She could still speak to Harry. Do a lot of other things. When... Another thing that probably triggered William as well, after the Invictus. We heard, it wasn't made public, we heard that Harry and Meghan flew to Portugal to be with her. Right? Was it Portugal? Somewhere in that vicinity. I don't know which country, but I think it's Portugal. It was made public. And then all of this probably trigger William. So now, a lot of things can still be done. Okay? It just doesn't have to be public. That's all. Alright? You could still hang out privately. She could still go to Harry's house privately, but don't be seen public. That's all. Anyway, I don't think Eugenie is now on Harry's side. Just look at the footer of her last post, and she can even recognize the IG service with a simple congratulations through Instagram. Just understand the position. Okay? But hey, no one knows if they are close and private. That's the thing here. Alright? This is why I said, I think my tweet explained it perfectly. Harry will understand. Harry will understand. Okay, I think she and Harry are very close and private. There it is here. I think Harry knows she doesn't have the freedom Harry was able to gain, and her largest still depend the crown, unlike Harry. Yeah, that's it. Alright, the squad are speaking the truth. There's a lot of discussion here. I wish this was the only tweet that I was sharing for the video, but I have more to share with you. Alright, so they understand. Harry understand. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so this is about the earpiece. This one was a very good conversation. Alright, UKCAA safety claim is an attempt to undermine earpiece. There's that here. NCAA has found infraction on foreign carrier but has never made it public. The idea that this was made public could be an attempt to undermine the airline. I don't see those issues raised by these supposed violations as extremes or grave by global standard. Captain Wolin, there's the name here. Chief Executive Officer, Tab Brass Aviation. So this is the thing that I was talking earlier. I wish I came across all of these videos when I was doing my other video. So let's listen.
What the UKCAA did to Airpeace is the same thing the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority can do to any of the foreign carriers operating into Nigeria. And if they do find violations or infractions, they're mandated by the ICAO requirements to report that to the Civil Aviation Authority of the host country, of the foreign airliner. So I don't think there's anything untoward in doing the RAM check by itself. However, when you look at the sort of supposed infractions, these are not anything to undermine the technical reliability or the safety of the particular operations in question. So I think it's been overplayed. And I can guarantee you, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has had reason to conduct RAM checks and found stuff on international airlines operating into Nigeria, but it has never been made public.
That's the part,
to the
yeah.
media. So I believe to some extent the idea that this was made public could be an attempt to undermine the airline itself. But again, we're not too sure about that. So I mean, I wouldn't want to flog that issue. Having said that, I don't see those issues raised by these supposed violations as extreme or very severe or grave. There are things you call nice
by
to
global
have.
standards, by any standards,
By global standards.
not by Nigerian standards.
By global standards.
Right.
I mean,
Because
the
it makes
things
you want to question how stringent Nigerian operations are when it comes to this.
Again, let me even give you a simple example. The particular aircraft in
Let's
question.
be quick.
Very quick.
Yeah.
The 777 has, from the manufacturers, 240 minutes of ETOPS. But the Civil Aviation Authority in Nigeria will not allow Airpeace to operate 240 minutes ETOPS. ETOPS is just allowing you to have extended operations over water.
Right.
You know, except of course you have landing sites close by.
All right,
So
okay.
those are things that they do by way of, we call it overregulation, but they're just erring on the side of safety.
Okay, so that's that. Mr. How do you pronounce his name? Iyayi? Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. There are forces fighting you, APC and FG forces. They are not happy about Airpeace breakthrough, but Airpeace will conquer. Very interesting. Yeah, it's the UK thing. The same thing that they did with African parks. Harry is doing well. It's the connection with Harry. Okay, the owner of the airline provided Harry free flight because they invite the freaking country invite Harry and Meghan. So which means they were prepared to welcome them. So the owner of Airpeace provided Harry free flight to wherever they were gonna go. So now, and then he took a picture with Harry. Now that he took picture with Harry and seeing that Harry is being welcoming by someone like him, who's high up there, now they went under the pile of past things that happened with the US, okay, and he cleared his name. I found out, okay, I didn't know anything about that, but by accident, and then I did a little bit research, and then now because Airpeace operate in the UK, there were issues that were some sort of violation. The guy just explained it wasn't that huge of a big deal, but it was still violation, which probably happened to almost every other aviation. They have, because you're taking people on the air. People cannot fly. The safety of the people come into play. So the people who did the investigation to see if they're following proper protocols and all of that, so there were some things that they didn't see that was right, so they voted off. Minor things. And then they're supposed to fix it. Now the tabloid saw that and make it public. And this is why the guy saying he doesn't understand why they put this public, because things like that have happened many times.
These are not anything to undermine the technical reliability or the safety of the particular operations in question. So I think it's been overplayed. And I can guarantee you the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has had reason to conduct ramp checks and found stuff on international airlines operating into Nigeria, but it has never been made public.
That's the part,
to the
yeah.
media.
Okay. Alright, so that's that. Let me not take too long. I just wanted you to see the video. Whenever I come across these things, I will share with you, because I did not have all of this information when I did my other video. Okay, let's look. Safety. I don't know if this has to do with the airline. Okay, so there's that here. Allegation of safety violation against us false. Airpeace replies UKCAA. Airpeace Nigerian National Airline has refuted allegation made by the United Kingdom Civil Aviation Authority yesterday, dismissing them as untrue. So that was May 21st. We are 24th. Okay, so they're still bringing things. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for you guys to check. Okay, I'm not gonna read it. I need to stop. Alright, good. Now it's time to show full workings. Alright, so this is the part of the thing that I read from one of the squad when they made this public, and I was like, oh, the squad retweeted that. And I think it was 2 pieces. This one only have 1. There's another more to it. And I was reading it in my video, and I was like, what? Where did that come from? And then that's when I did the second video for this channel, and then look more into it. Okay, press statement on alleged safety violation. Our attention has been drawn to media reports alleging a safety breach by Airpeace in the United Kingdom, which contain a lot of falsehood aimed at creating fears and doubt in the minds of the flying public. From the commencement of our inaugural flight to London, our operation have been subjected to intense scrutiny by the relevant authorities, which we most welcome, as we pride ourselves in our continued pursuit of operational excellence and unwavering commitment to the safety and security of our esteemed passenger. As I'm reading this, what's coming in my head? Now the owner needs to take very good precaution and to guard their airplane as much as possible, because the UK, they are about sabotage. They don't care who comes at the crosshair. They just want to get to the objective, which is the owner, to make him feel bad and then probably bankrupt them. Okay? This is their blueprint. Look what I just read. Eugenie, between Eugenie and Harry. Okay? She had to pick a side. The brother's stupid mindset. Okay? You look at other things. This is their blueprint. So now, if I was them, I would not even stop in the UK. But then again, the UK have people everywhere to do their bidding for them. But yeah, just be very careful. Let me finish with that, and then that'll be the end of this video. We can confirm that the UK Civil Aviation Authority wrote to APTS after their statutory ramp inspection on April 7, 2024 to request clarification on our use of electronic flight bags, EFB, and some other concerns. We provided the necessary information and the matter was resolved without any issues. So that's that. The UK, this is the second part, I think. Is that the second part? Issues. Yeah, that's the second part here. It is therefore wrong to say we do not have approval for our EFB airpiece receive approval from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, and all our Boeing 777 aircraft are certified to operate with EFBS. Regarding the claim that our Boeing 777 aircraft lack iPad mount and charging ports in the flight deck, this is incorrect. All Boeing 777 aircraft are equipped with a charging port on the cockpit, and we ensure that all our Boeing 777 aircraft have iPad mounts. Another issue raised by the UKCAA was the location of our cockpit library on the Boeing 777. The Boeing 777 designate two locations for storing manuals and books, one behind the captain and one under the jump seat. During the inspection, the books were stored under the jump seat, as it is commonly practiced. We understand the inspector's preference for the books to be placed behind the captain and have ensured this preference is accommodated for all operation going forward. There was also a concern about the captain's choice of runway exit after landing. Okay, so these were the two things that I came across by accident from one of the squad, and then I went on to look more into it. This UK versus Meghan war has now been upgraded to a Nigerian matter. Yeah, UK calls out Nigerian government over unpaid what? 8.4 million embassy ground rent since 2000. Are you freaking kidding me? This is brand new to me now. This is brand new to me now. Nigeria, if Nigeria paid this, they need reparation. Nigeria owe 8 million, there's the number here, ranked 4th among UK 48 foreign debtors who have skirt embassy rent since 2003. I'll just close that shit. Oh my God. We know they are doing everything possible to undermine your airline. It won't work. Be careful. Remember, Adable. Alright. You think they are happy? He got slapped. Don't be surprised that those behind this accusation are from Nigeria. Okay, good Nigerian. No, it's false. UK will never like any good thing coming from Africa. These guys are doing the most to ensure air peace fails. Yep. This is the thing here. The UK is not... Everywhere they go is sabotage. So UKCAA, they misayern. Airpeace has destructed their profiteering. They must look for allegation against Airpeace to stop it. Yeah, that's exactly that. United Kingdom and Evo na 5 and 6. We know sir na propaganda, but they have failed. Yeah, that's what happened because of what they did. They welcomed Harry. The thing went well. Okay, the thing went well. So they didn't want that. This is pure evil. Completely pure evil. Pure evil. Now Nigeria needs to tell them if they have an embassy in Nigeria, say you owe us this, then we cancel each other out. I don't know. Are you freaking kidding me? These people are full-blown. Let me retweet that. Anyway, so that's it. Now we get to see the full display of the UK, their evilness. Okay, they don't want anything positive go. When they don't like you, they want destruction. You could see from their past colonialism, their history. Everywhere they go, they left destruction after destruction after destruction. Eventually, they're going to isolate themselves. The thing that they are displaying now to the world people's gonna say, we don't want to deal with you. If this is the way you're doing to your own son, and then you're doing that to other countries because you dislike the person, so now we're not dealing with you. I told you from the beginning, Harry and Meghan's union is what the UK needed to see what was going on. You're seeing it every day. Tell me if I didn't tell you so. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And I have a shop. If you want to support me through that, go check my shop. The link is in the description. And you could check some stuff out. I'm gonna take my laptop with me while I'm on vacation. At night I could work on some design. Hopefully I have some new design popped up here. All right, so that's it. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.